On the edge of the forest of enchantment lived a kind-hearted child named Finn. Finn was no ordinary child. He had a gift. He could hear the whispers of the wind, the chatter of squirrels, and even the songs of the stars. One twilight evening, as the sky turned a soft lavender, the wind carried a message to Finn. Finn, brave one, the forest needs you. Follow the golden firefly, and all will be revealed. Without hesitation, Finn tied on his red scarf, grabbed a small lantern, and followed the twinkling light of a golden firefly into the forest. The trees seemed to lean closer as Finn walked deeper into the woods. Shadows danced and twinkled with moonlight, and somewhere far away, an owl hooted softly. At last the firefly paused beside a shimmering pond. There, perched on a mossy rock, sat Oliver the owl, wearing tiny round glasses and a wise expression. "Welcome, Finn," hooted Oliver. "The forest of enchantment is in danger. A mischievous sprite named Zephyr has been playing tricks, stealing colors from flowers, hiding the stars, and confusing the animals. Will you help us restore balance?" Finn nodded bravely. "Of course, Oliver. Tell me what to do." The owl's eyes twinkled behind his glasses. "First, you must find Bramble the bear. He is the guardian of courage, and you'll need his strength for the journey ahead." With a grateful heart, Finn set off deeper into the forest, guided once more by the golden firefly. The golden firefly danced ahead of Finn, its glow casting faint golden light over twisted roots and shimmering leaves. The forest grew darker as Finn walked, the trees growing taller, and the air cooler. "Stay brave, Finn whispered to himself. After what felt like hours, Finn reached the mouth of a great cave. Its entrance was framed by thick ivy, and the sound of slow, steady breathing echoed from within. "Hello?" Finn called out, his voice small against the vastness of the cave. A deep rumbling voice answered, "Who dares enter my cave?" From the shadows emerged Bramble the bear, an enormous creature with fur like the night sky and eyes that glowed amber in the darkness. Despite his size, his gaze was gentle. "I am Finn," said the child. "Oliver the owl sent me. The forest is in trouble, and I was told you could help." Bramble studied Finn for a long moment before speaking. "Courage isn't the absence of fear, little one. It's moving forward even when fear grips your heart. Follow me." Deeper into the cave they walked, past glittering crystals and echoing drips of water. At last they came to a wide chamber where a golden flame burned in a stone basin. "This," said Bramble, "is the flame of courage. Zephyr's tricks have dimmed its light. To restore it, you must complete a task." From a nearby ledge, Bramble picked up a delicate glass jar. Inside, a tiny blue flame flickered. "Take this flame to the highest peak in the forest and release it into the night sky. Only then will courage return to the hearts of those who need it. But beware, the path is treacherous, and Zephyr may try to stop you." Finn nodded, clutching the jar close to his chest. "I won't let you down." Bramble gave a low growl of approval and gently nudged Finn toward the cave entrance. "The golden firefly will guide you. Go now, Finn. Time is short." As Finn stepped back into the forest, the firefly glowed brighter than ever, lighting the path ahead. The night air was crisp as Finn followed the golden firefly up a winding mountain trail. Above him, the stars shimmered like scattered diamonds, and the moon cast a silvery glow over the rugged path. Each step felt heavier as the mountain grew steeper. Finn clutched the glass jar tightly, careful not to let the flickering flame go out. Halfway up the trail, A cold gust of wind whooshed past, and a sly giggle echoed in the night. "Zephyr," Finn whispered. Out of the shadows appeared the mischievous sprite, his emerald eyes glowing and his sharp smile stretching ear to ear. "Going somewhere, little hero?" Zephyr taunted. "Why not hand over that pretty flame and save yourself the trouble?" Finn stood firm, his voice steady. "I won't let you stop me. The forest depends on this flame." Zephyr's grin faltered for a moment, but then he vanished into the wind. The rest of the climb was treacherous, loose rocks, narrow ledges, and freezing gusts. But Finn pressed on. At last, he reached the peak. Finn knelt and carefully opened the jar. The tiny blue flame rose into the sky, growing brighter and brighter until it exploded into a cascade of starlight. The forest below glowed with warmth and courage. Zephyr's tricks were undone, and balance was restored. Finn smiled, feeling a deep sense of peace as the cascade of starlight illuminated the sky and spilled across the forest below. The golden firefly hovered near him, its glow gentle and warm. For a moment the world was silent, as if even the wind held its breath to honor the return of courage. But then a faint sound reached Finn's ears, a sigh carried by the wind, soft and sorrowful. "Zephyr," Finn said softly, turning to face the shadowy edge of the peak. From the swirling mist, Zephyr emerged, no longer grinning mischievously. His emerald eyes were dimmer, and his wispy form seemed frail. "Why did you stop me, Finn?" Zephyr's voice trembled, carrying a hint of sadness. "I only wanted the forest to notice me. I wanted to be important, like Oliver or Bramble. But no one ever listens to the wind." Finn took a careful step forward. "But Zephyr, the wind is always important. It carries whispers, it brings change, and it guides travelers like me. Without you, I wouldn't have heard the call for help." Zephyr's form shimmered faintly, and for a moment he looked more solid, more real. "Do you mean that?" Zephyr asked, his voice fragile as glass. Finn nodded. "Every star needs the night sky to shine. Every leaf needs the wind to dance. And every creature in the forest needs you." Zephyr's emerald eyes filled with tears, and the wind around them softened, no longer cold and sharp, but gentle and warm. The sprite's form began to glow with a soft light, and his sharp edges faded into something softer, kinder. "Thank you, Finn," Zephyr said, his voice now steady and full of gratitude. "I promise to use my powers for good, to help, not to harm. The forest deserves that." As Zephyr's light faded into the night sky, the wind carried a final whisper. "Farewell, brave Finn." The golden firefly flitted in front of Finn, circling him as if encouraging him to follow. With a final look at the starry sky, Finn began his descent down the mountain. The journey back felt lighter, as though the forest itself was guiding him home. When Finn finally emerged from the trees, the first light of dawn was painting the sky in shades of pink and gold. Oliver the owl and Bramble the bear were waiting for him at the edge of the forest. "You did it, Finn," Oliver hooted, his glasses glinting in the morning sun. "The balance of the forest has been restored, thanks to your courage and kindness." Bramble rumbled a deep, approving growl. "You have a brave heart, little one. Never forget that." Finn smiled at his friends, his chest swelling with pride, but then something tugged at his heart, a longing for home. "I think it's time for me to go back," Finn said softly. Oliver nodded, and Bramble stepped aside to reveal a winding path leading out of the forest. The golden firefly gave one final dance around Finn before drifting upward, disappearing into the rising sun. As Finn walked home, the forest seemed to hum with life. The leaves rustled with joy. The flowers bloomed brighter, and the birds sang louder than ever before. The stars had faded, but their light remained in Finn's heart. When he finally reached his cozy little home at the edge of the forest, Finn untied his red scarf and placed his lantern on the windowsill. He glanced back toward the woods, where the trees swayed gently in the morning breeze. "Thank you," he whispered, knowing the wind would carry his words to those who needed to hear them. From that day on, Finn never stopped listening. To the wind, to the stars, to the quiet voices of the world around him. And though the adventures of the Forest of Enchantment became a story he would tell by candlelight, Finn knew in his heart that magic was always just a whisper away. The end.
you.